Granddad's Magic Gadget by Helen Everett Kaplan. The trainers talk too much. Marvin woke up at quarter to shower time. The bear was still asleep, so he got up quickly. He heard his mom and his granddad talking together, but he could hear another voice too. Who was visiting this early in the morning? He quickly ran into the bathroom to get ready. "Good morning, Marvin," said the toilet. "Nice to see you again." "Nice to see you too," said Marvin. He always felt very stupid talking to the toilet. "Standing or sitting, sir?" "Standing, please," said Marvin, and the toilet seat went up. "Thank you," said Marvin when he finished. Then he turned the shower on. La 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 la. The shower starting in a loud and very bad voice. Marvin stood under the shower. He turned the water from cold to hot. "Ooh, ooh, ooh, ooh," sent the shower in a higher but still very bad voice. Marvin put his finger in his ears, but he could still hear the terrible noise, so he had his shower very quickly. Then he put his clothes on and hurried to see who was in the kitchen. But when he got there, he could see only Mom and Granddad. Mom was washing up. Granddad was sitting at the kitchen table, drinking tea and wearing his usual hat. Today, Granddad was also wearing his gadget jacket. It was big and red and had pockets all over it. The pockets were full of tools for making things. Marvin didn't know the names of most of them. Granddad usually wore his gadget jacket when he was making something new. "Good morning, my favorite grandson." Granddad smiled his big smile. Marvin smiled back. "Who were you talking to just now, Granddad?" "I was talking to your new trainers," said Granddad, and he opened the box on the kitchen table. Marvin looked into the box. They were his old trainers, but they looked different. Marvin took one of the trainers from the box. "Don't push that button," shouted Granddad. Too late, the trainer shouted, "Get off!" very loudly, and Marvin dropped it on the floor. Granddad picked the trainer up and pushed the button again. The trainers stopped shouting. "Push that button when you take your trainers off. Then, if someone else takes them, they will shoot for help. See? Granddad pushed the red button on his second trainer. It will shout, 'Stop! Help!'" Granddad smiled and gave the trainers back to Marvin. "They won't talk while I'm wearing them, will they?" "Only if you push the buttons," Granddad replied. "These are great, Granddad. Thank you." He kissed his granddad and his mom and left for school. Before his swimming class, Marvin put the trainers with the other clothes in the locker, but he couldn't find his locker key. "Oh well," he thought, "they'll be safe now." He pushed the red buttons, shut the locker door and went for his swim. A few minutes later, Tyson walked into the changing room. He still has Marvin's locker key in his pocket, but he saw the door was already open. "This is too easy," he smiled to himself as he took the shoes from the locker, but soon stopped smiling. "Get off!" shouted one of the trainers. "Help!" shouted the other trainer. Tyson was surprised that he dropped the trainers. He also dropped his water bottle and the water went all over the trainers. He pushed them back into the locker and locked it with Marvin's keys. The trainers were very wet. They stopped shouting for a few seconds. Then something went very wrong. "It's dark in here," said the one trainer. "I'm afraid." "Me too," said the other trainer. "Let me out," shouted the first trainer. "Let me out too," shouted the other trainer. At that moment, a headmaster walked past. "Hello?" shouted the trainers together this time. "Hello?" replied the headmaster. "Who's there?" "We want to get out." We? How many of you are in there?" asked the headmaster as he tried to open a locker door. "Help!" shouted the trainers again. Now, lots of students were standing around and watching. "Move away," said the headmaster. "There are 2 students in that locker. I'm going to break the door and get them out."